Okay, so as we go on to Van Ness, I think this is a good road to be able to talk more about street lane splitting versus highway lane splitting. We want to go over demonstrating, what you look for, and using the tight confines, choosing your line well. That's one thing that's really important, is choosing your line well, and we'll see that hopefully when I get on here, because you'll see if you choose your line well, essentially looking past a couple cars ahead, seeing where the what positions they are further ahead, you'd be able to see how the cars go over. So I'm going to choose the left one over here, and I immediately regret this decision because that is a little bit tight. Nope, not going to make it. Alright, no, I can make it. Yeah. Oh, I can make it. Oh, and he's going to get out of my way for me? That is so nice. Thanks. But I won't be able to get up front here because those mirrors are just a little bit too close for my bars. So right there, I have an example of I chose poorly. Sometimes it happens. Let's not cry over it. And you see now, okay, well, he kind of just went over to it. But the cars tend to float in their lanes a little bit, left and right. So if you predict the way that they're floating, you can kind of thread the needle a little bit between cars. Now see, this one is a lot more obvious. We have this left-hand side. It was a very nice and easy one to lane split through. And to be clear, while I'm at the stop sign, there's actually two parts to this. There's lane filtering and lane splitting. Lane filtering is when all the cars are stopped and you essentially navigate around cars up to the front of the line. That's what I just did just now. Lane splitting is when you are actually traveling with cars in traffic and are traveling with they're both traveling in the flow that you want to be traveling in, and you essentially go with them. This is what I was doing when I was going on the freeway. I was lane splitting. A lot more of the time I'll do lane filtering in the city limits, just because traffic is a lot more stop-start up here, and people are a little more aggressive when it comes to doing that. So we'll see if I can. Yep, this is going to be a good lane to be in. Cars are in good lane positions for me, which is good. Get up to the front of the line here, and make sure that I'm paying attention to the lights so I can get a head start ahead of these guys, because it would be really terrible to be overcome by them when they take off. So looking ahead, we're going to go in just a moment. Yep. I'm actually going to pick the right side for this one, because I think I've got a little bit better here. I can kind of chicane through this. Just, gently, no big deal. So here we're going to have a little more seating. You see that big bus up there? That creates a pressure pot, and we have cars braking here, so this is actually going to be a tight spot to get through. Yeah, this might work. Yeah, so he's positioned right now. If he doesn't go any further forward, I can still make it through. Nope, I can't make it through anymore. Oh, but the car did, so I can now go under this guy's mirror. Thanks. And get past him. So you saw right there, buses and large vehicles, shuttles and stuff like that, take up a lot of room in their lane, but they usually have high mirrors. So if you are particularly adept at kind of ducking out of the way and not going super fast, because usually you're not used to that, you can get around them just fine. Now looking a couple blocks ahead, you can see that there's a little bit of traffic, but there's actually a stopped truck on the right. So I'll want to be able to get around that before I get to it, because usually when they're trucked like that, they're going to be walking around the side of it, and you don't want to be splitting on that side when they do it, because people are the most unpredictable thing of that whole aspect. So I'll just get ahead of it, and if I can get this light, it'll all be good. If I time this light, all the other lights should fall in line. I don't know why that guy was stopped. We'll go around and split on the left. We could probably go around this right here and actually go all the way over to the right where we have space. So a little brake lights right there, so I want to get ahead of him. He's going to be lane splitting to the right because I saw a person trying to move to the left there. And now we're going to come in for this, get a little bit of speed, get a little bit of space, and get outside of the flow of traffic like so. Okay, and we're out of that first little path. Just as simple as that, being able to plan ahead. Either you have to split on the left or you can split on the right, but whatever you do, you can commit to it, and you can also understand that you can switch in between the lanes. So if you have enough space to be able to swerve through, you can do that. Like, we'll go around that guy. And right here, we're actually going to split all the way over to the right. Okay, no, we're not, because there is a car coming out. Okay, now we're going to go. We're going to go around this bus. And yeah, we can split a little bit right here. That's a little bit tight, but as soon as he moves over a little bit more, we can do that. And actually, right here, this is to our benefit. We can go around that car. We will go around this, like so. Merge left. Go around. And traffic again. So, done effectively, this can both be something that's safe and gets you to your destination way faster than if you were in a car or not splitting at all. But you just have to make sure that you are aware of what you're doing and you're not fucking around. Like, I have 100% focus on what I'm doing. Now, see right here, we have up ahead traffic probably going over the Bay Bridge, and this is lane splitting, so they're not going to be stopped entirely. But I'm going to go through because there's a lot of space for me to be able to fit. Usually on highways there is, which is why I can afford to travel a little bit faster, because I'll have a little bit more reaction time if somebody is floating in their lane or if somebody's about to do that. Now, if you can see here, we have traffic that's flowing faster in one than the other, and this is going to cause interesting things where we're going to want to watch especially closely for people lane shifting, thinking like, okay, I can get over. So like that truck up there that just did that, he was a person who was kind of going through that. See, there's no on or off ramps right around here, and I know that, which means that anybody lane splitting is going to, do that. And right now, whenever somebody is over, I want to be able to kind of like give them a nice little thanks for doing that. A little bit tight right there. Okay, so we have a motorcycle lane splitting on the right now. He's over there, and this guy actually might cause others to do that, so I wanted to get ahead of him quite quickly. And now we're kind of out of the danger zone, because cars seeing one on the left and then one on the right might not necessarily see you on the other side. That's why you got to be careful and watch, like, actually not only your lane, your like 2 lanes, and the actual other motorcycle splitting lane that might be in use. These are all things to be able to keep in mind. And my eyes are 100% focused ahead of me. I'll check the mirrors behind me just in case that I have a splitter who is going even faster than I am, which can happen. I'm not the best at everything, but keeping your eyes peeled and making sure. So like right here, doing a little maneuver to be able to get around that car who is floating in its lane. We're going to want to be able to make sure to be wary around these trucks. That was a van. You notice they have the high lights, but we can kind of get around that way. Alright, so continuing on, that guy kind of went a little bit close to me, so shifted position directly to the left of the turtles, which are those things in the line right on there. You usually want to be either directly to the left or directly to the right of those. Okay, really tight right here, but because he had a high mirror on the left, because he was a van, I was able to do it. That guy was floating to the left in his lane, so we went around him when we had space in the left. We keep going up here, and you'll see we're going to start to close in. We have another guy floating in this lane, go around that. We're going to start to close in because this is where I know that these paths merge. And when you have merging paths, it starts getting kind of dicey because people are going to try to merge into their best possible location. So I'm going to start splitting over now and going through the positions as I do it. So like right here, going through, making it the change, getting through, and doing that so I'm over 2 lanes, because these 2 lanes to the left here are going to merge in, and I don't want to be caught between people who are intentionally merging on. So this right here, was a little bit of a problem I should have done. Okay, going around, merge here on the right, and get up ahead of this guy, and merge in right here. Alright, so now we are just about to get onto the Bay Bridge. I'm going to split just between these people, and get ahead of these people right here. So, I almost never split on this road because of what's going on right here. So this guy, he is, you know, just chilling. I'll stick with him for a little bit, but you can tell everybody when they're first going over, especially tourism like that, it's a weekend, gawk and just take video of, you know, all they're doing. So I don't want to essentially, you know, do any sort of thing like that when I'm doing that. But okay. This guy's just riding directly in the center of his lane. He should be riding off center on the right, but kind of doesn't care about me, I guess. Well, we'll see. So, one thing that's really a lot of fun, going up there into the Marin Headlands, you get a fantastic view of the Bay Bridge and coming over, and we are going to have excellent weather today if we do that. So I will do that shortly, but I want to stop in Sausalito first because I really like some of the bakeries they have there. And, you know, it's my goddamn vacation. I do what I want. I do what I want, okay? So, yeah, you kind of have to know what you're doing when you're going through and doing all those lane splitting maneuvers. But essentially, you have to be on your toes, and you have to be able to anticipate what's going to happen, look 3 or 4 cars ahead, and just make sure that when you're doing all of these things, you're fully aware of you are reducing your margin of error. When you're riding in a big lane like this, you have quite a lot of, I can move all the way, I got lots of space. But when you're lane splitting, you don't have that anymore. You are, you have that taken away from you. And because of that, you need to be able to be careful about how you position yourself in your lane, and also the lane position of other cars and other motorcycles relative to yourself. So it's really important to be able to take care of all that. So this is my exit. I'm going to get off here. Alright. Now that I've gone over a bunch of different ways you can lane split, how about doing a lane split where I'm really going at it, but without me talking? I'd like to show you that next, so here you go. Okay, watch out for this guy. Okay.